Welcome to my Soul Series. Soul Series is part of Oprah and Friends, exclusively on XM Radio Channel 156. And you can listen to the entire Soul Series collection on xmradio.com/Oprah. Well, I'm really, really excited today to meet a woman named Byron Katie. Now, I've heard a lot about her in the spiritual circles. A friend of mine had told me about one of her books years ago, and most recently, another friend called me up and said, have you heard of The Work? Byron Katie, The Work? I go, yeah, I keep hearing about this woman, Byron Katie. So I got her book, Loving What Is, started reading it, and loved it so much because it brought me to another level of thinking about resisting what is. And so this whole idea of being able to accept the moment for what the moment has to offer and not resisting it is something I want to talk to her about. And also, but if you don't resist, you just walk around all the time like, ooh, not resisting? We're going to find out today with Byron Katie. It's uplifting, enlightening, truly powerful. Welcome to Soul Series. Hi, welcome to my Soul Series. It's a time to kick back and simply, for me, engage in what I think is the richest conversation any of us can have in our lives, with our lives, about our lives, and that's about who we really are, about the stuff in life that truly matters to all of us. And my guest today, Byron Katie, author of 1,000 Names for Joy, Living in Harmony with the Way Things Are. And she's the founder of The Work, a process of inquiry from which she offers anybody who can learn to identify and question the thoughts that cause their suffering. Katie, everybody calls you, right? Yeah. I just want to say a few things about, because everyone who's listening to this series, no doubt you understand that we're also doing online with Eckhart Tolle, our class for New Earth. And Eckhart Tolle, whom you've undoubtedly heard me talk about over the past several months, says of Katie's work that it is a great blessing for our planet, is how he describes it. It acts like a razor-sharp sword that cuts through illusions and enables you to know for yourself the timeless essence of your being. He goes on to call your book Loving What Is, the key to knowing your natural state, which is joy, peace, and love.
Yes.
That's a pretty good compliment coming from.
He's a dear friend.
Yeah.
He's a dear friend for everyone.
You know what I found? Your work takes the message that Eckhart speaks of in A New Earth to the next level. It's about putting it in process on a daily basis.
It's like Eckhart is what, and the work is how. Mm-hmm. And we've had these masters throughout the centuries and centuries, but how do we do it? You know, the work is how.
Paint a picture for us. How old were you? What was going on in your life?
I was 43 when this experience happened to me. Okay. And I had been suffering just deep depression, suicidal even, and agoraphobic. I couldn't leave my bedroom often for days and weeks other than just to go to the toilet. And my hair would stick to me. It was a horrible way to live. I was well over 200 pounds, and I was desperate. And later I found that simply it was the effect of believing my thinking, the thoughts that we're all thinking.
All the time. That run our lives.
My children don't respect me. They should mind me. And it was that the world doesn't understand. People really don't understand my suffering, my pain. And you know, victims are violent people, I've come to see.
Really?
And I was such a victim, and therefore violent, full of this hatred turned inward. Rage.
Right. So not even thinking yourself worthy, Katie, to sleep in a bed. You're sleeping on the floor. And tell us what happened.
Well, actually, as I lay asleep on the floor one morning, actually a cockroach crawled over my foot, and I opened my eyes, and in place of all that darkness was a joy that I just simply can't describe. But the thing that is really important that I realized is that when I believed my thoughts, I suffered. But when I question my thoughts, I don't suffer. And I've come to see that this is true for every human being.
Tell us, were you a spiritual person before? I mean, during all of this depression and horrible times, was there a
No.
God that you believed in or a God that you felt badly that you didn't believe in?
Yeah, there was a God I cursed. I really blame God for my condition also, along with everyone and everything else. And I just came to see differently. I had no teacher. I didn't have a religion, nothing.
Well, is it kind of like, I think, Eckhart several weeks ago when we were doing our A New Earth series, and also in his book, A Power of Now, describes the moment where he says, I felt I cannot live, I'm so miserable, I cannot live with myself any
Yes.
longer.
Yeah.
And then I question, who is the I and who is the myself? Are there two of us? Is that what you're describing?
Well, it's like that in hindsight.
In hindsight,
Yes.
it is. All
Yeah.
right.
But I've come to see that there's one mind, as people say, and I've really come to realize that. And I've come to see also in that one mind that there are no new stressful thoughts. So if we all, or just one, I was always speaking to myself,
Yes.
just questioned those stressful thoughts, it frees the mind up.
So when we question our thoughts, we don't suffer. When we believe our thoughts, we do.
The stressful ones.
The stressful ones.
Because the ones like, I really care about you. Isn't this a wonderful world? I love seeing you. All these thoughts. I love my children. Those thoughts are working for us. And who cares if they're true or not? They're working for us. If you're in a wonderful dream, do you want someone to wake you up?
No.
But if you're in a nightmare, don't you want someone to wake you up? Well, that's what this work is for. That's what the work is for.
Was the cockroach moment, Katie, was that what you call waking up to reality?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm talking to Byron Katie, author of Loving What Is. Let's go back.